Hello and welcome to Talent Motherboard Big Picture. This is an illustrative diagram that shows how different talent toolsets are connected to each other in a seamless way. So, what I'm going to do is in this short presentation, I'm going to walk you through. So, the story really starts from creating a competency framework for any organization. An organization might have one from a few years earlier, which is now up for updating. The organization might want to start from scratch. In both these cases, we start with a questionnaire. We ask some basic questions about the company, its industry, nature of products and services, its strength, its goal for the next few years. This information goes to an AI model that we have trained. AI also understands your organization structure, your role hierarchies, and helps you put together a role inventory. A role inventory is a quick look at the different roles that are there in the organization, what are their job descriptions, what are their KPIs, and as you will go along, what are some of their primary skills, secondary skills, and things like that. This is a dynamic document which can be updated at any time. Simultaneously, AI also starts recommending different skills that your organization might need. We are following a standard skill taxonomy, a skill name, descriptor, different levels of proficiency. The skills that we find relevant and we choose become a part of our skill inventory. Skill inventory is a quick view of how many skills in the organization are you tracking, how many of them are behavioral, leadership, executive, cognitive, how many of them are emerging, legacy, and contemporary. So, any way you want to manage your skills, you can do that from here. Both the skill inventory and role inventory are dynamic documents in the platform, which means they are up for updating at any given time. We do not want our organizations to be frozen as per their definitions, but the definitions themselves, with the help of AI, can be candidate for constant improvement. Now, after we have our role inventory and skill inventory in place, the next logical step is to do role and skill assignment, which is also called success profile in our industry. It is a quick look at what is the role, what is its job description, what are its KPIs, and AI now knows this role and also the organization and the hierarchy of this role. So, AI helps us put together different skills from the skills inventory or otherwise that it feels will be relevant for this role, and different levels of proficiency. Each of these skills need to be as minimum requirement for any person to be successful in his role. So, at this point, we can spend a little bit of time with our stakeholders and validate this information. This is completely editable, so I can add a skill, remove a skill, change the required proficiency level, and do all of that. At this point, we have put together the entire competency framework for an organization, which in a manual setup would take anywhere from a 12 weeks to a 16 weeks and more. But here we are able to put this together for an entire organization in under a week. Once all our success profiles are approved, we can now fire the next tool set, which is the skill rating tool set. Let's ask a very simple question. What is a skill? Is it a knowledge that somebody has in his mind? Or is it a behavior that one displays? Is it something that you know, or is it something that you do? If you take the word skill, put it on Google, and read the first thing that comes up as the definition, you will see that skill is the ability to do something. Knowing something is not a good indicator of doing something. I see a lot of confusion that organizations have, not knowing with full confidence how is it that they should assess their skills. Is it through a quiz that you can do? Is it through a situational based assessment, which again is basically a quiz? Does it have to be an AI assessment that AI assesses somebody? Or is it better to have human assessors giving our people some activities and watching their behaviors? That if you're assessing somebody's behavior, then the best bet is to ask people who are the recipients of that behavior. So, for an individual, it will be their immediate manager who will be the regular recipients of their behaviors, and they are in the best position to assess what that behavior looks like. Let's now look at the skill rating toolset. In this toolset, a self, a L1 and a L2 or any other person can be invited collaboratively to assess this person. A self comes in first, self assesses himself on all the different skills and the proficiency levels he thinks he is on, and also is encouraged to provide evidence for why he is choosing to be at a particular proficiency level. After this, the L1 and L2 are invited to also rate this particular individual. I can now transparently see how my leaders are rating me. If I feel I can give them more evidence, I can do that again by going into the comment box and providing more evidence. So, this is a safe, transparent, and a mature way of handling skill assessments. It also takes care of one other challenge, which is that when we do skill assessment of people and hand them out their assessments, and we've done the assessments behind the curtains, then the first reaction we get from people who have been assessed is that they have not been assessed properly. Now, making it a transparent tool set allows for that challenge to go away, and people, as they get assessed, are more on the same page because they have seen how the assessment has unfolded. Now, I can also give weightages to the responses of each of the assessors. So, for example, I might want to give only 20% weightage to self assessment, and I want to give 40% to L1 and 40% to L2. So, I can create these kind of rules, and that formula then helps us calculate this purple flag which you see here. So, it has one other flag on the UI, which is the green flag, which is your minimum requirement or the success profile for that role, and now the purple flag is the calculated skill score that you have on a particular skill. Now, with the help of this, we are able to create this biblical document for every individual in the company, which is the skill gap analysis, and it gives me a very clear view of my green flag, where I need to be, my purple flag, where I am currently, and my red line, which is the skill gap that I need to fulfill. Now, this information is used to auto assign training assignments to this individual. We are able to do so because inside our platform is a very robust content creation and curation toolset in which you can create lessons, quizzes, surveys, on-job training tasks, events, and e-learnings. You can create with AI, upload your own documents, or start from scratch. Whatever we create, we tag that particular content, which skill is it for, and at what proficiency level is it applicable. Another way to create aligned content as per the skill gap analysis is to use AI. AI here can help you curate content which is from your different libraries, your Udemy subscriptions, your LinkedIn learning subscriptions, or any other course repository you might have, even your internal built content. Or you could use AI to create content laser targeted towards the skill gap of that particular role. We can create this auto assignment of learning journeys and modules to people according to their skill gap analysis. Now, our entire rating tool set is an automated tool set that fires up every quarter. So, every time the skill gap changes, the learning journeys auto optimize themselves according to the new skills gap achieved. It opens up a whole new dimension for our people, which is career pathing. So, the system now knows what is the requirement of skill at different roles in the organization, and it can suggest to an individual where what are the lowest hanging fruits where the skill gap is the least. One can choose one of these recommended roles, or choose any other role from the organization org chart. Whichever role he now chooses becomes the aspirational role, and basis that chosen aspirational role, the system conducts a fresh skill gap analysis and creates a aspirational learning journey for that individual. At the level of the admin, there are new levels of insights that are now available. The first is organization skill health. It is a quick view of what is the skill fitment of your organization in real quantified numbers, and what are some healthy skills in your organization, unhealthy skills in your organization, what are high priority but unhealthy skills in your organization. So, a lot of that information is now available for you to just slice and dice and see. Your training need analysis also feeds directly from here because you have exact skill data on which people are getting measured and there is a gap identified. From this organization skill health dashboard, you can of course filter, slice and dice data across all levels. So I want to find out who in Aman's team is scoring lowest on critical thinking. Let's get all these guys together and put them on a cohort. So you can do all of that very quickly from here. We can now identify high potentials in the organizations. Who are the people who have the highest potential and performance scores? This is no more an activity that you have to conduct separately. All you need to do is click on identify high potentials and you are able to see the data in real time. You can also manage your leadership pipelines and your succession planning very well. For any particular role, you can see who are the people who are closest to the skill set required for this particular role in which you are looking for succession planning. So you get all these levels of intelligence coming out of the organization skill health data. Now, with this data in place and with the automation of getting skill assessment every quarter, you are now able to calculate skill trends. Skill trends is a quick view of how your skills are trending over time. If they want to know their organization is improving and at what rate, then that information comes from here. Also, with this skill trend, you can take a step further and create a skill roadmap for your organization. Skill roadmap is a bubble chart display of your different skills basis their strength and spread. It gives you a visual view of your skill mix inside the organization, and also it gives you a way to identify the skill mix that you will need when your organization has achieved its goal. So, this was a quick overview of the Talent Motherboard Big Picture. It is a constantly evolving toolset. The system provides full flexibility to design the skill assessment stack as per your requirement, a mix of behavior assessment,